Christ. John chapter 20, verse 19 to 31. On the evening of that day, the first day of the week, the doors being shut where the disciples were, for fear of the Jews, Jesus came and stood among them and said to them, "Peace be with you." When he had said this, he showed them his hands and his side. Then the disciples were glad when they saw the Lord Jesus. Jesus said to them again, "Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, even so I sent you." And when he had said this, he breathed on them and said to them, "Receive the Holy Spirit. If you forgive the sins of any, they are forgiven. If you retain the sins of any, they are retained." Now Thomas, one of the 12, called the twin, was not there with them when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, "Unless I see in his hands the print of the nails, and place my fingers in the mark of the nails, and place my hands on his side, I will not believe." 8 days later, the disciples were again in the house, and Thomas was with them, and the doors were shut. But Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here and see my hands, and put out your hand and place it in my side. Do not be faithless, but believe." Thomas answered him, "My Lord and my God." Jesus said to him, "You have believed because you have seen me. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe." Now Jesus did many other signs in the presence of the disciples, which are not written in this book. But these are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing you may have life in his name. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to the Lord Jesus Christ. Give praise to the Lord, for he is good, his mercy endures forever. That is the responsorial psalm of the second Sunday of Easter, which we now call the Divine Mercy Sunday. A Polish nun, Faustina by name, was canonized on the second Sunday of Easter in the year of Jubilee, the year 2000, by Pope John Paul II, who later becomes Saint John Paul II. During this great day of canonization, John Paul II declared the second Sunday of Easter, the second Sunday of Easter, as the Divine Mercy Sunday. This was coming from the visions that St. Faustina was able to witness during our visions of our Lord Jesus Christ, who appeared to her and declared to her several of these important aspects that need to be observed. In one of our writings of her diary, she writes that our Lord Jesus Christ told her, "I want the image to be solemnly blessed on the first Sunday after Easter, and I want it to be venerated publicly so that every soul may know about it. My daughter, tell the whole world about my indescribable mercy. I desire that the feast of mercy be a refuge and shelter for all souls, and especially the poor sinners. I pour out a whole ocean of graces upon the souls who approach the fount of my mercy." These ones were really accomplished well during this second Sunday of Easter, year 2000, when Faustina was canonized a saint. So when we come to this great day, the Divine Mercy Sunday, we ask ourselves, how do we embrace these graces? And the instructions are, if you want to receive graces of Divine Mercy Sunday, number one, you make a confession. Number two, you receive the Holy Eucharist. My dear brothers and sisters, this Divine Mercy Sunday comes at a time when our churches are closed in a way that many Christians are not able to access the confession by a priest, when many Christians are not able to access the Eucharist. And so then, what we now learn from our catechism, that there is a so-called a confession, act of confession, where you make an act of contrition and indeed ask God's forgiveness, even in the absence of priest, then God forgives your sins. Then, when it comes to the reception of the sacraments, there is now the so-called the spiritual communion. And this spiritual communion is when you receive the grace of the sacrament of the Eucharist, though from a distance, where you are at home, praying and praising God at home, but you connect with the Eucharist wherever is celebrated. And so those two aspects will earn us the divine mercies of God, of our Lord Jesus Christ, who gives this blessing, this divine mercy, and indeed all the world is in dire need of the divine mercy of our Lord. This Sunday, the Divine Mercy Sunday, closes a very important moment, the so-called the octave of Easter. We have been celebrating 8 days of the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ, and every day was as a moment as though Christ has risen that day. Indeed, it was the 3 days of waiting for the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. And this brings me to the second point of meditation today, the so-called the 12 appearances of our Lord Jesus Christ, that he appeared after resurrection, all the way to his moment of ascension into heaven. Indeed, 11 of these appearances happened from the moment of resurrection all the way to the moment of ascension. The first appearance comes to the very early morning, Sunday morning. This was witnessed by Mary Magdalene, John chapter 20, verse 11 to 18. And indeed, Mary Magdalene goes very early in the morning to the tomb, not to see the resurrected Jesus, but to anoint the body of our Lord Jesus Christ, only to find that the stone has been rolled away. And then she runs to call Peter and John to come and see the empty tomb. Then, while she was crying after Peter and John had left around the tomb area, then our Lord Jesus Christ, whom she confused as a gardener, appeared to her and said, Mary. And then Mary was there saying, Rabbi, asked Lord Jesus Christ, and wanted to bless. But Jesus says, go, inform my disciples, my brothers, that I'm ascending to my Father and to their Father. And Jesus Christ, after resurrection, calls us all brethren, because by his death and resurrection, he has won us the brotherhood. We become, our humanity has been raised, and indeed, we become brothers and sisters of our Lord Jesus Christ by his death and resurrection. The second appearance is when he appeared to the women returning from the sepulchre. And now this it is recorded in Matthew chapter 28, verse 9 to 10. And the women that we talk about, the three women that we talk about in the issue of resurrection, indeed we have Mary Magdalene, indeed we have the other mother, Mary, and then we have Salome. And these are the women that we really notice that they also receive the aspect of now the risen Lord. And the Lord Jesus Christ appeared to them. The third appearance is when he appeared to Peter. This is recorded in Luke chapter 24, verse 34. And again in the 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 5. Jesus, our Lord, appeared to Peter. It is not said where, how, and when, but it is recorded as one of the appearances. The fourth appearance, which is of importance again, is on the road of Emmaus. Luke chapter 24, verse 13 to 31. The story of the two disciples who were on their journey to Emmaus is a very interesting story of appearances of our Lord Jesus Christ after his resurrection. Cleopas is mentioned as one of those who were on that journey. The other disciple is not known. But they went with our Lord Jesus Christ, and on the way he narrated the whole story of the Messiah and how Messiah from the beginning all the way to the end, and how our Lord was to end. This reminds us of the liturgy of the word of the Easter Vigil, when the narration of the whole story of our Lord Jesus Christ from creation, their salvation history, all the way to the death and then to the resurrection. And then at a very important moment, the disciples of Emmaus were able to witness our Lord at the breaking of bread. the enactment of the so-called now, on a Thursday, which happens, and then they are opened, their eyes, their spiritual and physical eyes are opened, and they recognize our Lord Jesus Christ, and then they are no longer in fear. They leave everything, and it is at night, and they run all the way to go and to tell the disciples, yes, our Lord is resurrected. Then Sunday evening becomes the fifth appearance, when we can say there are 10 disciples who were there, because Thomas was not there. And this is recorded in John chapter 20, verse 19 to 25. And when our Lord Jesus Christ appeared to all the disciples, the 10 of them, of course Thomas is not there, of course Judas is not there, and others who were with them. And this is the time when he instituted the sacrament of confession. And indeed, our gospel of Divine Mercy Sunday is here, beginning of it all. That yes, when evening was there, and he came and met them. And then he says to them again, peace be with you. On the sixth one is 1 week later. This is what we are so calling the Divine Mercy Sunday. 1 week later, when that is 20, verse 26 to 29, Thomas is present. And then Jesus Christ appears, and he tells Thomas, touch the scars and prove that I'm the one. For me, I think of the scars of our Lord Jesus Christ. They remind us of the pain and suffering of our Lord. The scars have no pain anymore. Resurrection has no pain anymore. But the scars remind us of the Good Friday. And so the appearances of our Lord Jesus Christ reminds us the connectedness of Good Friday and Easter Sunday and the moments of resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. So that Thomas becomes the last of the apostles to see Jesus, yet he becomes again the first to proclaim, my Lord and my God. He believes that truly this is the Lord. His eyes wanted to see that body that was dead, that now is alive. The seventh appearance, my dear brothers, is the 3 weeks later. The disciples on the shores of Galilee, Sea of Galilee, the Sea of Tiberias. And this is John chapter 21, verse 1 to 14. And this is the time when he tells them, cast your nets on the other side. All the night they have been fishing, and they did not catch anything. But when our Lord Jesus Christ comes, they throw the nets the other side, and they were able to catch a big catch. Then the beloved disciple, John, says to Peter, it is the Lord. Peter leaves everything, covers himself, runs to Jesus. And then when they bring the fish on board, he prepares them a breakfast, blesses and eats with them. Nobody is asking, which one? Because already they have discovered it is Jesus Christ, the risen. The 8th appearance. He appeared to the 11 on the mountain in Galilee as Jesus and appointed. It is Matthew 28, 16 to 20. He appeared to the 11 on the mountain. And Matthew expresses that kind of appearance. It's not much not said about which mountain and the like. Then the 9th appearance is to more than 500 brethren in Galilee. This is recorded in 1 Corinthians 15, 6. A large number of people he appeared to them. This is like feeding 500 people, appearing to 500 people, It's a sign of appearing to us all. Proof that Christ indeed is alive. Then the 10th one, he appeared to James at the close of the 40 days. 1 Corinthians 15:7. And much is not said about these James and how the appearance was. Then the 11th appearance is the so-called ascension of our Lord. Luke 24:50-51. Or rather, Acts again, verse 1-9. But you see, Luke 24:50-51, how Jesus Christ was lifted into heaven when the disciples were watching, and they were left like without kind of an hope. And then two men, angels like, tells them, as he has ascended, he'll come back again. Those are the 11 appearances of our Lord Jesus Christ from the moment of his resurrection to the ascension into heaven. But there is the 12th appearance which comes later, and this is the appearance of Jesus to St. Paul on his way to Damascus when he was Saul. Look, Acts of the Apostles, chapter 9, verse 3-6. Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? And then he asks, who are you, Lord? And then Jesus Christ says, yes, I'm the one. The risen Lord appeared to Saul. And Saul changed to Peter, to the so-called Paul. From Saul, he became Paul. And transformation has happened in their life. And so then we ask ourselves, this Divine Mercy Sunday carries with itself, number one, the aspect of appearances of our Lord Jesus Christ to the disciples, to the women, and to the others. Indeed, the first appearance of the first five are like the 5 wise men who were waiting and watching. The 3 women and the 2 disciples were able to get the first instances of the Lord's resurrection. Let us keep watching. Like the 2 disciples, Peter and John, Mary, Magdalene, other Mary, and Salome. Number 2, all these appearances on the octave of the Easter reminds us of the unbelief of the friends of Jesus that he will resurrect, and the belief of the enemies that is going to resurrect. Because the enemies knew that he will resurrect. That is why they put soldiers on the grave site to guard the grave. That's why they aimed to bribe so that the soldiers can deny the fact that our Lord resurrected. These are the enemies who anticipated the resurrection of our Lord. But the friends, disciples, and the close people were not anticipating that. They had no belief. Mary Magdalene was going early in the morning not to see the resurrected Jesus, but to see and try to see what she can do to anoint our Lord. Another thing that we must recognize is that they were not able to recognize that is Jesus himself. Mary Magdalene did not recognize in the beginning. The disciples of Emmaus did not recognize. Thomas had to touch and confirm that truly is the Lord. Do we recognize Jesus in the Eucharist? Do we recognize Jesus in the sacrament of reconciliation? The sacraments that we celebrate? The poor who surround us, the needy who surround us, and indeed, are we recognizing Jesus in the pain and suffering of the people who are under corona virus pandemic? Are we recognizing the pain and suffering of the church as we have it? Are we seeing Jesus suffering? And are we still optimistic about the risen Lord who brings joy? Or our eyes are full of tears that we cannot be able to see Jesus? Let us wipe our tears and see Jesus, like Mary Magdalene was able to see Jesus. Then there is the question of the breaking of the bread. At the breaking of the bread, they recognized Jesus. These are the sacraments. The Eucharist, that the divine mercy embraces two important sacraments: sacrament of reconciliation, sacrament of the Eucharist. Do we recognize Jesus and his mercy at that moment of the Eucharist? And then he says, peace be with you. Important thing to note again is that the disciples had lost themselves in fear. Let us not fear. Every moment of Easter is about the joy, the life, the resurrection, and the bringing back of the lost. And may the light of Easter enlighten our hearts and bring us to that belief and acceptance of the truth that truly Christ is the risen. We have seen, we have touched him, and we are going to continue to touch him and see him in our sacramental life. Our priests are doing Mass every day. They are touching and believing that this is truly Jesus Christ, and the same Jesus Christ is going to conquer. As he has conquered death, death is going to conquer the sickness, the lockdown, the challenges, the problems that we face at this moment. May the divine Mercy Sunday shower us all the grace and the divinity of our Lord Jesus Christ that comes to strengthen us and to renew us in the Spirit. Thank you.